Righto, so you're not going to believe this. All of my subscribers and people in the support group, because I run an education website with subscribers from all over the world, and they know that I'm up here, going to the tip of Australia. I just met Akana, who's a runner. We ended up in the same place after driving to the tip. And I said, how far did you run today? And she said, 42.5 kilometres. And I went, that's a marathon. And she goes, yeah, I'm doing one every single day for 155 days.
155 days.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I'm not sure yet. I'm day 2 in. I'm wondering if I've put this out. Day 2 in, and I'm wondering if I have overdone it. But no, I think it should be fine. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to do something that I thought might be impossible to do. You know, I wanted to do something that I thought would really push me, because I come from a competitive marathon background.
Right.
And I have been pushed, you know, physically with the training, but I've never done anything that really feels like it's pushed me mentally. So I'm kind of using my physical strength to push that to also, you know, dip into that mental strength space.
So that's a really interesting point as far as musicians, performance, sports people go, is getting that mental barrier, because clearly you're fit. You can run.
I definitely can run.
So I want to. Well, let's go back a bit. When did you start? How did you get into running triathlons?
Oh well, I started maybe 10 years ago off the back of an overseas soccer.
Okay.
I guess in my younger years, I was playing a lot of soccer in London.
How old are you? If you don't
I'm
mind me asking?
32.
32.
And so I moved to Melbourne from the Yarra Valley, which is where I grew up, and I thought, all right, let's find a community that's not so football. I wanted to change. So I walked across the street, and there was an athletics track there, and fell in love with it straight away, instantly.
Extraordinary.
So yeah, started running the shorter distances as we all do. I actually looked at marathons, and I thought, oh, they're all grimacing, and you know, they're sore and they're hurting. I don't want to do that.
That's after one.
That's horrible. And my coach kept saying, Akana, you have the, you know, the stubbornness and the I guess the technique to be able to do a marathon. You should do one.
Yeah.
It took me years, but eventually I did one. Fell in love with it. I fell in love with camaraderie on the course, like the fact that everybody would help you out to the finish line.
Okay.
Yeah, and then did a couple of back-to-back marathons. Got quite good. Even attempted the Olympic qualifier.
Well, I was going to ask, have you competed?
So I've competed on the like domestic scene, in the Australian Championships, and was going to that next level, and got injured in my first one in Berlin. And then in Tokyo, I flew to Tokyo to compete in the Tokyo Marathon, and COVID called it off. It was March of 2020. So I had all of this pent-up fitness, all this amazing, you know, aerobic capacity, and nothing to use it towards. So I thought, all right, let's use this opportunity to put it towards a cause, which is now what I'm doing.
So, and I'll get to the cause in a minute. I talk about often going to the extreme. One of the videos, one of the concepts of what I do is go to the extremes in order to find out what we can do, what we can't do, how far can we push ourselves. So, two things. Firstly, the cause, and secondly, the mental versus physical fight that goes on. What's going to go first?
I think if physical goes, the mental will get harder. So if I get tired or injured or for whatever reason something along that happens, that's when the mental game will get tough.
How do you deal with, sorry to interrupt, the washouts?
What's a washout?
Well, on the side of the road, you've got dirt and stuff. And
I know. And the corrugation.
This is the roads up here are like this, and there's sand and dirt and stuff going everywhere. See, a marathon, at least you're running on a flat, blooming surface.
So I've got some experience with some people that have run up here in the past. I've definitely done my research. They tell you to change the canvas. So the roads, they're corrugated and they go off onto the side. So to avoid the corrugations, you run off the side of the road. But you can't do a whole day on the side because you end up running.
Of course.
Yeah, so you do kind of 5 kilometres one side and then you change to the other. Or I'll run completely off the road, just almost in the bush. So it's just a bit safer. Because the other thing is the dust, you know, so when a car goes past, you just get dust. So that's been hard.
Really thick red dust. I'll put in this video a picture of the car that we had to hire after my dad's car broke down. He went through a river and stopped, and within the Sam River, and the water was up to my knees in the car. And his pride and joy, 17-year-old Land Rover, first car he ever bought from new, and it's now in the hospital. But so I've hired this hire car, and it looks like I've had fun with it. But we drove past just out of Bamaga, where we're staying, and I saw you. Oh no, well you're up further here, and then again, further around the corner, you're still going, and we're like, hang on, righto, this is a serious runner we're talking about here. And we ended up having lunch up here, and I've like my curiosity for someone who obviously has extreme mental and physical fitness just intrigues me. So how do you cope? The body, you get a twinge, the calf starts to ping or something. What do you do?
So my background is in physio, so I'm hoping, and I mean, so yeah, I've got like that allied health background, nutrition and physio, so I'm hoping that between myself and my networks, I'll be able to problem solve as these issues come across.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at prehab almost, so making sure I've stretched and foam rolled, and just kind of putting it out to the universe that nothing bad happens.
Sure. What's going to happen in 150 days of running marathons? And you've got your boyfriend and your mum and dad?
Yes, so my partner, he's probably floating around here somewhere. He's a filmmaker, so we're actually...
I saw the camera just then, and I thought I was going to miss the opportunity to talk to you because it looked like he was off out of there.
Yeah. Well, we've actually heard there's a crocodile somewhere around here, so he's
sweet.
Yeah, well, we're hunting for a crocodile. But so he's turning this into an adventure film, something to go into, you know, say the likes of Banff, which is a side project we're working off the back of this. And I mean, our cause is we're raising money to protect our Australia's national parks.
Oh, beautiful.
Which is essentially, it goes hand in hand with trail running, because if you're out, you know, it's almost synonymous with the national parks. You need these national parks to run through. So we're raising money for the Wilderness Society, so to protect Australia's at-risk wildlife and the national parks they live in.
Some of you watching this will go, I know what he's going to do next. To keep my subscribers accountable, I'm saying at least once a month you have to post something on a support forum, and you have to do particular things. And this is just a new initiative, but if they don't do it, I'm going to have 4 charities, and they get a big finger pointed at them and a red flag going, you didn't do something that you were supposed to do. You got to put $20 to a charity. I think we just found one.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
There you go.
So we will stay in touch and get this happening, because we'd love to support you.
Yeah, well, we have a pretty ambitious goal. So the goal is to raise $62,000 for the Wilderness Society, which is $10 per kilometre from Cape York to Melbourne. So 6,200 kilometres via, and we're not going through towns. We're not following the Bruce Highway.
Sure.
We're going inland, like we are now, to showcase Australia's remote towns. You know, your really regional cities, the regional national parks. We just want to showcase them to the world. So that's the plan. That's why it's going to take an extra...
You're going to be a superstar.
I hope so. Well, I just want to do something good. I want to use my fitness for good rather than for, you know, competing, which is a beautiful thing, and I've had a history of it, but it's a little... Yeah, this feels bigger.
Sure. Absolutely understand, big time. I'm not going to take up any more of your time, other than saying thank you for talking, and good luck in your incredible adventure. 155 days straight, no days off.
No days off, no rest days.
I got to ask, what pizza did you have?
We had what was it called? It was the one with like olives and mushrooms and all of that stuff. Heaps
Love
of
it.
cheese.
Yeah, right. Love it. I had the seafood one. It was delicious.
Oh yeah, I had a piece of that as well. It was.
Akana, thank you so much. And as we finish, I'm just going to go around and show people pads and what is it? Punsan Beach. And apparently there's a crocodile, and this is a saltwater crocodile that will bite your face off.
A big one, 3 metres.
A big one, 3 metres long, in here somewhere. So unfortunately you can't swim in the beach. Hey, haven't seen any crocodile recently, have you? No.
Oh, that's the biggest thing. You finish these 42k runs in the heat and you can't even jump in the ocean.
Water. Have you been tempted?
I saw a bull shark at Bamaga yesterday.
Albany Island, just off the top, I went fishing and a bull shark walked in front of me just as I went to hop on a barge.
Oh,
it's scary.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
They're beautiful creatures, but it's terrifying.
Only when they're not hungry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will bid you farewell and see you now. Make sure you post on the forum, or the finger's coming at you and you're going to have to support the cause. See you later.
Thanks.